Washington is barricaded for fear of violence. The sound of hammer, drill and jigsaw, this is the soundtrack of the American Capitol a few days before the presidential election. Over the weekend, an overwhelming number of downtown Washington stores had their windows shielded with planks for fear of protests that would escalate on Election Day or subsequent ones. Teams of workers took turns on every street corner around the office buildings of downtown D.C., a sign of the nervousness that reigns across the country as the election approaches. In the event of a close race and delayed results, some fear catastrophic scenarios, in which supporters of the two candidates would go out in the street to demand the abandonment of the opponent, or even take up arms. And President Donald Trump did not reassure by repeatedly refusing to say clearly whether he would peacefully cede power if defeated on November 3rd. Site manager for a Maryland company that employs about 60 people, Sean Anger claims to have taken care of barricading no less than 20 buildings in the past few days, a service that costs a few $1,000s. We did this one at the time of the riots a few months ago, he recalls, a few steps from his colleagues nailing large panels cut in place. These cocked streets indeed have a sad taste of déjà vu for the residents of Washington. The same protections had been installed in the spring at the time of major anti-racist demonstrations, some of which had been peppered with violence and led to looting. Many had been withdrawn just a few weeks ago. We had a broken window the first night of the protests. There was damage all over the street, recalls Costa Abatsis, owner of a men's clothing store 1 block from the White House. I hate to see this, he says in front of the large brown plaques, but it's better than having to go through the whole procedure of replacing glass with insurance. We kept the boards for 2 months in the spring, also complains Alexander Provenzano, owner of a nearby hairdressing salon. And there I will have these until January for the inauguration of the president. I will spend the holidays like that. It's very difficult to work in these conditions, you can't even see the name of my salon, he laments. Still, prevention is better than cure. Police in the Capitol announced the closure of streets in a large area around the White House on November 3rd to 4th. We know that some people would like to cause chaos and confusion, Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser said at a press conference Thursday. We have no specific information on the subject, but we are ready to ensure the safety of the city. Several organizations have already planned gatherings. One of them, Shut Down DC, filed a permit to accommodate up to 10,000 people in the Black Lives Matter Plaza in front of the White House on the evening of November 3rd. Music and speaking engagements are planned, with a large screen showing the results. But the organization has also set up training for its members in anticipation of possible clashes. Interactions with the police and other groups of demonstrators, de-escalation techniques. We have been preparing for a long time, Hope Nair, in charge of the press for Shut Down DC, told AFP. Unfortunately, we are willing to take risks because we know the importance of this moment.